All right, everyone. We're gonna get started, or rather, we're going to continue. Uh, Let me get a couple of things lined up, and we'll get going. All right. So before we get started, oh, hold on. No, but for realsies, before we get started, I want to remind everyone that before we get started, I want to remind everyone that the Twitch portion of today's stream is sponsored by DeviantArt. I'm part of a sponsorship program called the DeviantArt Collective. If you stream your artwork on Twitch, I'm going to drop a link in the chat right now. DeviantArt is actively looking for new artists to add to our team. Basically, they pay you to stream, draw, grow your community, give back with some educational content, whatever it is that you do with your artwork on Twitch. DeviantArt is interested. So I dropped a link in the chat where you can go get some information and go apply if you guys like what we do here on my channel. DeviantArt has been supporting us for over a year and a half. So they do play a big part as to why we can continue to do this full time. All right. It's not aesthetically pleasing to have the mic in the canvas shot, is it? So we'll set the mic about right there. I love feels like right here. But that's ugly. That's ugly. How about this? How about that? That's cute. That. Now that's hella far from my face. Fuck, we'll have it in the shot. It's not a big deal. How about like that? That's good. Shit, that doesn't matter. I'm stressing over. Not All right, so it's the middle of the night. Family's asleep. I should be able to work fairly uninterrupted all night. And by all night, I mean highly doubt that we're gonna be going to sleep tonight. Highly doubt it. So buckle in, everybody. Welcome. Let's fucking get started. We are prepping for a draw this in your style challenge. So we've been working on redrawing my original character. Anyway. Oh, my iPad died. I had all my reference pictures on there. Well, how about that, huh? All right, it's plugged in now. Oh, David, what's going on? Yeah, it's late, but I mean, what are you gonna do? Work has to get done, right? Time doesn't dictate when we stop, it's when the work is done. How's it going? Yeah. What are you doing up? All good. Yeah, I'm doing well. You know, it's just been a really busy couple of days and couple of weeks. I actually have a live drawing to do next weekend at a convention. Um so I talked about this earlier today. I haven't I've done a lot of live drawings, public live drawings in my time. Oh, you're at work. What time is it for you? Yeah, I've done a lot of public live drawings in my time, and I've never like my very first one. Yeah, I felt a little anxious about that one because it was my first time, right? But I'm not gonna lie, this is my first time I felt anxious about it since then. I just haven't had a lot of time to draw lately, and I'm feeling a little rusty. Anyway, it'll be alright. Hope work is going alright for you. Let me try and get some people on the Instagrams. Yeah, I'm at the US right now. I'm in the US. It's only 10 it's only 10:45 right now. 10:43 right now. It's actually not that it feels really late, but it's not. Like it's not that bad. Here. You improve your hip strength. Hey, that's good. Yeah, that area. Well, I guess the torso area from top to bottom, all the way from like basically the clavicle down to like the groin. It's a pretty tricky area. Um. Uh. Yeah. I don't normally stream at this time, so actually, I think we might get a wave of traffic around in like another 2 hours or so. Because right now, in the US, there should be a lot of really popular streamers uh, on right now, so we can't really compete with them. So I think when they're all done with, we should be able to get some people. I don't want to have the arm go across the front of the body because this is going to be used as a reference. This drawing will be used as a reference for an art challenge that I'm hosting. So I want to make sure that everything's visible. That's fine. I'm here to draw. It's whatever. I'm just here to draw. And they can have all the views. It's fine. How many hours do you have left at work? Yo, thanks for the follow. anymore. I'm just streaming until I get work done. It's crunch time right now, man. I just need to crank it up, man. Um, you know how you get to that part of the year where you just like start to evaluate. You're like, all right, so the year's almost over. What have I done this year? And you start thinking about what were you doing last year around this time. And I just don't feel like I made any progress this year. Well, of course I've always made progress, right? But I'm just like it was too slow. I moved too slow this year. You know what I'm talking about. You of all people know what I'm talking about. Of all the people we have that come into the chat, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Jonas, what's going on? Yeah, so got no one to blame but myself. So we got to change that. I mean, like, I've done a lot this year. Like, I'm not gonna say I didn't do anything. I've done a lot, but in regards to where I am, I think that there's a difference there. Like, I've done a lot of things this year. I look back, yeah. I've been on the grind all year, but I'm still in the same place. That's fucking, you know me, man. I'm fucking crazy. Oh yeah, it's been great. The shows have all been great financially. I don't think I've had a single wait, no, I had one bad show this year. I had I did one in Texas that was really bad. I had a net. We talked about it. I had a net of over um yeah, I had one show where it was like a net negative like 2,000, but every other show, I swear to God, what, 5 digits? Every other show that I did? I didn't do like hella shows this year, but they've all been bangers, yeah. No, there was one that was like 4,000, but the rest of them were like hella good. Figure out these backgrounds for the animation. Are you painting the backgrounds? Well, you know what? I should rephrase that. My gross earnings on all the shows have been around there. My net, nowhere near that. You know, like it's especially like, you know, post COVID. I say post COVID, like pre 2020, investments on shows were big, but they weren't like they are now. I'm even doing like a show that I have to drive to. That's like 5 hours away. That's still hella money. Like because I have to take a truck, a Toyota Tundra to get somewhere. So for example, TwitchCon San Diego, which was almost, well, damn, that was like a month ago now. TwitchCon San Diego, while that show was really good, even the table was free at my hotel. You know, I had to be there for what was like 4 nights, 3 nights, some shit like that. That show, you know, was expensive. gas was ridiculous. I think I spent like round trip over $300 on gas, you know? So it's just like the lowest that my investment could be now is probably like 500 bucks for something local, right? Hey man, if the tech is there, you should use it. The tech's not going anywhere, so you may as well embrace it. You know what I'm saying? Do I do portraits? It's been a long time, but I can. I don't really like specialize in them, but I've done them in the past. Actually, when I first started doing art, I was doing a lot of digital hyper realistic paintings. Oh, I don't know if Amar can even see the chat on the screen. That's why. I don't know, Amar. I don't know if you can see David in there. He's in a different chat right now. Thought I had the pose in my head, but now that I have the draft of it down, I don't like how it looks. Haven't been able to draw a lot lately. And like I haven't been able to start drawing per day until I sort of got like 10 p.m. and shit. I'm all tired. Like right now, I'm fucking exhausted already. It's crazy, man. I'm gonna have to get on that good to fucking start drawing right. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, my head is fucking pounding right now. You know what? I haven't seen Arcane yet. I know. Like, I like League, but I haven't seen Arcane yet. I hear it's so good. Yeah, if Amar, if anyone asks, of course we are only streaming on Twitch. What are you talking about? Stressful game, stressful community, yes. And I know the League community has only quote got worse over the years. I stopped playing like 2016. Ivan, what's going on? It's 11 in the evening. 11 at night. Uh, hey, thanks for the like. I appreciate that. You don't want to bow the legs in. I tend to do that. Mm. About to burn my house down right now. I had the image in my head, the pose, the first one that we did, and I liked it in my head. I didn't like it on the page. Very Han Solo pose. Exo, what's going on, man? Not too much on my end. It's my first bit of being able to draw today, man. Um, real talk, bro. How you feeling about AX next week? You excited? I'm feeling anxious. Real talk. I haven't been anxious about doing a live drawing in a long time, but I've just been so out of practice because I haven't had time to draw lately, and a little concerned. Sure, it'll work out. It always does, but fuck. I'm having trouble drawing everything lately, man. Fucking. Yeah, I haven't had time. Hey, man, you and I can go fucking go stress out together, man. Fucking. It's all good. Catching up on commission. Hey, man. Oh, so it's just printing, right? Oh, that's the thing is like you already know what your booth. You already know your booth setup when you're given. Was it a 6-foot table for AX? Hey, man, you just sell what you can, right? I mean, whatever you do, don't dump a bunch of money trying to rush order stuff because the amount of money that you spend rush ordering stuff just to have product. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? I've done that in the past where I'm just like, my brain was like, the most important thing is getting products here. No. The most important thing is making money. If you can't, if you can't bring the product, then it's just this is what it is, right? It's gonna be a stressful month. You hope not. David, what is it specifically that's gonna be stressful for you this month? So let's all have a little stress relief circle right now. Not one of those stress relief circles, but like like a literal one. Or no, not a literal one. That's the bad one. That's the one that's gonna get us banned on Twitch. Not so you got enough to stress about. You have so many different prints anyways. Yeah, there you go. So this is my OC, and the reason we're kind of scribbly right now is because we did go over some rough drafts for some redesigns for her. And I am kind of just sketching some of those ideas in, and if I don't like them, I'm kind of pulling back on them, or I'm straight up erasing them. So I am still kind of playing around with new things that we're going to add to her. Talking about making another what? A new print? You talking about a new print for that con? God damn, son. I don't know about all that. You know, like if you were a musician, um, you know, you want to be able to get a chance for your songs to be heard before you start releasing new shit, right? I know that's not like a perfect example, but oh, those molars. You have to get the. Oh, you talk about the wisdom teeth, the like the really back ones. I got my wisdom teeth taken out when I was a teenager. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Oh, hi. That's cool. Yeah, my wife's not gonna be able to come to this show. You gotta take care of that puppy. No, that'll be cool though. You have any food plans in Southern California? Wait, y'all just I know it's a different area of SoCal because I know y'all went to LA, right? Okay. I could read what you wrote, David. No, I'm gonna argue there's very few things that are as bad as that. I'm gonna pull up some old reference pictures or some reference pictures of old versions of this character that I drew way back in the day. Here's a really, 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 really old drawing I did where I incorporated my original character. There's some elements of this design that I want to carry over, um, along with some elements from this one. The more tactical elements. I moved away from the tactical elements of this character as time went on. I don't know why, but I did, and I definitely want to put them back in. Yeah, I have a draw this in your style challenge that I'll be hosting with DeviantArt. I'm not gonna lie, I was supposed to have this done for my DeviantArt guy today. And by today, I mean the day that's about to end for me in about 30 minutes. Yeah, you know how it goes. Yeah, they come first, but at the same time, you know, jobs pay bills which support the family, right? So it's just kind of that like it's that thing, right? Or it's just like, hey, don't what's more important to you? I'm like, fucking providing the fuck, man. Like, what the fuck you want? You know, that's why we die first, man. We either neglect the family responsibilities or we fucking not taking care of them bills. You know what I'm talking about? That's this one. What you mean? What you mean you can't? What you mean you're having trouble supporting you can't. I mean you can't. You know, buy your family a house with your artwork. Your artwork's not good. Well, I got to draw a lot to get good. Nah, nah, that ain't it. That ain't it. I don't know. It's like telling a professional. That's like telling a professional swimmer to stay out the pool. You know, I'm a professional swimmer, making me do stuff that keeps me out of the pool. You know what I'm supposed to do. Oh, Canvas. Oh, what's going on, Canvas? Yeah. Thank you for coming through. I hope you have a good rest of your night. Was your friend Dom? Yeah, he was there. Fucking runs that show, man. What the fuck? I don't know if he wants me to say anything about that, but he also didn't say anything about not saying it. Also, I don't work with that show. I don't work with him. I don't work with any of those people. I'll say whatever I want. He's the one who fucking runs it. He's one of the people who run that show. Dude, I won't. It's the Chris show. Selling pieces at 100. Yeah, the really big. They're like, are they metal or they're canvas? Right? They're like really big canvas pieces. Correct? Yeah. Well, I mean, he would have to sell them at 100. The cost to produce those is probably pretty high. What are we gonna do with the design on her pants? Before she had, we can give her the. I don't want to give her like cargo. Her old design was cargo pants, so they're a little looser fitting, and I kind of like the silhouette we get with the tights that she had on. That's where I'm at right now. I don't know if I want to. I guess we can do tights, but have some like some tactical pockets in them. You know how like female leggings, like gym leggings, now have built-in pockets on them? We can do something like that. But I mean, he wasn't always selling canvas prints. He had just regular paper prints for the longest time. He even had stickers and stuff for the longest time. And he gradually moved into that stuff. You move into higher priced products as time goes on. So hope everyone's having a good week so far. The week is almost over already. Exo, how was your October, all things considered? Business. I know you, other than getting married. What? How would you rate your October? Let's talk strictly business. That is not just producing stuff, but I don't know if you sold at any cons or if you felt like you drew a lot. I mean, you're producing a lot of work though, so I mean, clearly you're drawing a lot. Oh, doing work you can't share. That's sweet. Yo, you made money, right? I give her the big boots. I'll thicken the boots up a little bit, maybe. Nah. I mean, you've been at cons. I'm sure people have given you their business card, right? That ever bother you? We're all on the same team. The money team. Alright, hold up. I want to do this. Give me a second. So I decided not to change too much about her design. I know when we were doing the rough drafts of the reworking her design earlier, I was like doing I was doing like massive changes to her. And I I don't know, maybe I'm just used to how she looks, or if we've peaked, as in like we found the right look for her this whole time. Has a futuristic mercenary look. Ah, that's what we're going for. Super long shot, right? XO. With what I have at AX going on, I have going on at AX. Um, like we talked about, the whole. I don't really have the heavy follower count to try to get, you know. No, we're not going to talk about it again. We done talked about it enough. Hey man, whether it's amazing or not, which I'm gonna say, like I said it before, that show is either gonna be incredible or it's gonna suck. I don't think it's gonna be midway. I don't think it's gonna be in the middle, man. It's either gonna be fire or it's gonna suck. So, I mean, at least we can all experience it together. Don't be sorry, man. I'm gonna do as minimal line work as possible because I will use Copics to fully color this in. Thanks for the like. But I mean, it's also like, if there was ever, I mean, it's an anime convention that's run by Anime Expo. It even has their name on it. Like, if that doesn't bring people in, then there's just no, like, the fuck chance was there ever? Like, if there was ever, like, you look on paper and you're like, oh, yeah, that looks pretty good. And I know the tables weren't that expensive either. So it's like, you look at paper and you're just like, it doesn't really get, for a first year show, it doesn't get any better than this. Like, odds wise, for a first year, what do you really, you can't do anything else, right? So if it doesn't work out, then it's not like anyone misstepped. It's just what happened. So I totally don't blame you for, as your first out of state one, to do this. 100%. Yeah, it'll be 100% new audience for you. Pretty much the only thing that honestly is gonna be the determining factor is, are people going to show up for it? I haven't checked the weather. I don't know if it's going to rain or whatever, but like I said, it has the AX name attached to it. Like we know it's going to be run by people who know what they're doing. Tables, honestly, I don't think they were that expensive. I think it was fair. You know, the location's good. I've been to a con at that location that's done really well, attendance wise. So it's just like everything's lined up on our end, from the business end. People just got to show up. Yeah. I know you said you don't have anything else confirmed. Are there any that you're just kind of like, or you're like, we all have those cons, right? Where you're just like, I just need to get into that con. Other than like main AX, which I would love to get into the artist alley of main AX. If I got into main artist alley, if I had a double table at AX, I'm telling you right now, if I got double table at AX next year, artist alley, regular artist alley table, double in 2023, I bet you I'd do 20. I'll finally get over that 20. But that's not what we want next year, because I done did that already. We want that annex invite. If you can get a double artist alley spot at AX next year, like main AX, you should be able to do 10. Because you'll have the experience. But you know, we talked about this before, like as you were posting your stuff in the Discord, like even a long time ago, what was the first thing I said when I looked at the style of artwork you were making? I was just like, this shit is hella marketable. Like this is the kind of stuff that people want to buy, especially like your very bright colors. You know, your poses are good. You have good composition compared to, like, you know, it's not just a single character, just, you know, titties everywhere, like a lot of them, but like the composition's good. So it's like, I mean, there's no reason not, and especially since you got JoJo, man. You got fucking JoJo. That's the shit. Like honestly, how much JoJo stuff do you see in the artist alley? Like you might see a couple pieces here or there from people of like their favorite ones, right? But like, do you have people who have full series? Like, how much JoJo do you see out there? And honestly, not that much. Like, not a lot. Yeah. It's more. It's almost treated like niche. Like for how it's weird, right? For how popular JoJo is, there's really, for how popular it is, it doesn't reflect on the amount that should be out there. Like every table should have JoJo stuff, honestly, with how popular it is. So, or how loved it is, rather. Do you think JoJo, the JoJo series, do you consider that niche? Like weebs like it, but it's not mainstream, right? Like you would, I wouldn't consider it mainstream. I consider it hardcore weeb stuff. Like if you had a drawing of like, let's even take it to something like League of Legends. If there was a drawing of Ari, I feel like anime people know who Ari is, gamers know who Ari is. You do some JoJo shit, anime people know, but like gaming people won't know, comic book people won't know. Okay, instead of thinking of it, asking if I think it's niche, JoJo's not mainstream, is what I'm saying. Yeah, yeah, but it's not quite there yet, right? That's probably why you don't see that much fan art of it. But I'm pretty sure that JoJo alone would probably carry you pretty far at a really big event. Even something, if you could get into something like Fanime, Fanime, you could do numbers comparable to AX. Oh, you know what? I think that's what's keeping it, right? That's what's keeping it from really, really blowing up is that they change the protagonist every season. And then there's too much Goku. There's not a lot of Luffy's. Not gonna lie. There's not a lot. You know what it is? Here in the US? Here in the US, I consider One Piece niche in the US because like everywhere else in the world, super mainstream. I don't think One Piece is mainstream here in the US. In regards, well, by mainstream, I mean you could sell it to non-weebs. Like you could sell a Pokemon piece to a non-weeb. You could sell a Dragon Ball piece to a non-weeb. You know, you can't sell a One Piece drawing to a non-weeb. You can't. I guess that's the ultimate. That would be the criteria, right? Would a non-nerd pay for that? You don't watch One Piece and it still bothers you how long it's taking to know what the One Piece is. Well, if they tell you, then it's over. They tell you that it's over. You need to start doing, what am I work? Yo, nature, what's going on? I'm working on we are doing, a draw this in your style challenge. And I'm drawing my original character in full so that people have a reference. Just for your nature, I'm gonna let this song finish on stream. So we are drawing my original character, but we're kind of giving her a bit of a like an upgrade, cleaning her up a little bit. I gotta say, of all the mixes in the Together Live, I think Sweet Time slash Fresh Static Snow slash Shelter, that's my favorite mix in the whole thing. After listening to it a few times, it's my favorite one in the whole thing. Mine is Clarity, because that doesn't count. That doesn't count. There's a lot of people who recorded the entire set in like 4K. So I mean, take your pick. I like Victor Visit's audio in his videos. And he always gets a good spot for the recordings, so he gets a shot of the full stage including the fireworks, and it doesn't, he has it on like a tripod so it doesn't shake. um yeah, so that's my favorite one right there. Yeah, so we are hosting a draw this in your style challenge with DeviantArt. I'll have the details to that out tomorrow, hopefully, if I could finish this tonight. And I'm doing it of my original character, who, if you've been following me for a while, you've seen her in quite a few of my older original concept pieces. I don't draw her a lot these days. Yeah, so I have to draw her in full so they have a reference for when they draw her in their style. Right when you think he can't, right when you think he can't surprise you anymore, right? There's like a 90% chance he's gonna go on tour with Together Live, and I'm just like, no. But Nature, you recognize this character, right? With the earpieces with my logo on them. So I'm trying to do minimal line work here because I do want to, all the contours of the body I want to do with Copics. If he goes on tour with Together Live, he has to put clarity in there. Like, you already did it. You can't take it away. Like, you can't take it away. I mean, you can, but I mean, that's, I don't want to say that's like the highlight of the event, but I mean, come on, like, it's all people were talking about on like the on like the Porter Reddit and like even like generic EDM Reddit. It's like all everyone was talking about for like 3 days straight. So what he did with last year's Second Sky, where he debuted the Nurture Live set, is he had a version of it that he played at Second Sky, and then that's the exact, like, that show that he performed. He just took that on tour, and he did little edits to it along the way. Like he changed out, he took out Sea of Voices. Yeah, he took out Flicker and Sea of Voices, and then he put Easy and The Thrill. Like, so he does little things like that where he'll change out a song or two. Have you noticed I've been gone? I know, man. I've been ever since I got back. I've been listening to the actual set. Like I've been listening to the live set, the one that we're listening to right now. You can't hear it because I have it muted for you guys. But yeah, I've just been listening to it on like fucking loop, man. You would think with all of the like the fan sets and edits that we find online, you're like, I've kind of heard every possible mix, right? Every possible remix, every possible mashup or edit. Nope, apparently not. Speaking of which, you came in during the right time. So what we're listening to right now, Nature here in the chat, he and I went to a music festival this past weekend. The only music festival I've been to all year. The only one I plan to probably do every year.
Hello, Second Sky. Y'all know we had to do one more, right? So this next song is it's a song that I wrote with one of my best friends in the world many, many years ago, and a lot of people didn't know I was involved in it until recently.
That's when my brain melted right there. Could not fucking believe what was happening.
Y'all know that? Sing that. I just want to say one time really quick. I want to say a huge shout out to Zed and Matthew Coma.
But by the way, I didn't move it to this part of the set. This just happens to be the part that you came in on.
Extremely hard song to sing, and I've been screaming all night. So if you know the words to this, I want you to belt it out as loud as you can, because I need some motherfucking help a little bit, please. And thank you. This is Clarity. Let's do this together. I made a little remix. I made a little new remix for Second Sky. This is for y'all.
I must listen to this mix of it like at least 50 to 100 times, and I still have like literal goosebumps.
Second Sky, if you know this part, sing this as loud as you can. Ready? Starts with hey.
Nah, this is like a nurture. This is like a nurture sound. it wouldn't have sounded like this if he was there till the end. He took his name off of it. So do you remember Nature? Do you remember how you and I were talking about he was doing the vocals for the Hey part? Remember on our way to EDC we were talking about that? That's why he's emphasizing the Hey. So if you listen to the remix of that he's playing, he really emphasizes the Hey part as opposed to like the regular part of the song. Because that was the part, in my opinion, is probably because that's the part that he was actually on. Yeah.
Tiny pickup for me.
Okay, thanks for the follow.
Second sky. Let me hear you sing this. Everyone. More to the back. One more. All right, one more. Loudest one yet. Go. Thank you so much.
Anyway, so this drawing, right? There we go. Now this stream can be demonetized. Maybe, maybe not. That's the thing about listening to live sets on stream. A little hack. Because usually the audio on recorded live sets from concerts aren't perfect. Usually there's audience screaming on top of it, and usually live edits are different from like what the robots are looking for. So that's why we listen to a lot of live sets when we're on stream. That's usually why we get away with it. Don't try to make yourself remember. Pretend a little more. You've only been to one concert, and that was Imagine Dragons way back in the day. How was that though? I've been to a Post Malone concert. That shit went hard. Had floor seats too. That shit was bad. Or as the kids would say, yo, it was bussin' for real, no cap. That's what the kids say these days, right? That's all like one long word too. Exo, I don't know if you're still here, but real talk, real talk. Are you gonna utilize some AI generators, to speed up the production process on your prints? I mean, like, why not? I mean, you don't gotta tell anybody. You don't gotta tell anybody what you do. All you need is the end product, right? Are you gonna be using some AI to speed things up? Because like, you could put in the prompts, right? You can put in the prompts, right? And then you can maybe get the gesture that you want, the composition that you want, because I mean, it'll lay it out for you, and then you basically just replace it with, you know, your style. You could overpaint it with your colors, and then you have the outline already to just put in your line work, and it essentially will be look exactly like your piece, except you'll have skipped like hours of work. I mean, it's gonna be at a point. It's gonna be at a point where, um, and we're not even gonna talk about like non-artists who use it. You know, like non-artists who use it, whatever, fuck them. But like people who know how to overpaint, people who know how to draw, to utilize AI it's gonna be fucking ridiculous, dude. Like we're gonna be producing artwork, and by we I mean y'all, because I mean I got my inks with me, but I mean, um, it's gonna speed production up so much. Like you go the imagine in like 2 years what the artist alley is gonna look like. Like the skill level is gonna be equal across the board, in regards to what's being shown. The skill level is going to be equal around the board. Maybe there are going to be some people who are going to do it better, but I mean, like, you know how you go to the artist alley, and it's just like there's some people who they have the big art station banner up, and they're just like, you're like, oh man, that's like industry level stuff, and then you look at everyone else, and you're just like, right? It's not going to be like that anymore. They're going to be like, oh, this person's like better than everybody, but everybody else is also hella fire. That's what it's going to look like. Mule, what's going on? It's basically doing what it's just doing what Ross Draws does. Yeah. The difference is Ross is actually taking his own pictures, right? Like that's different. Or even Yume. That's what Yume does. You know Yume, Yuumei. That's what she does. She goes out and does street photography, and then she does overpaints on them, which is basically what AI does for you. The difference is it's taking other people's, you know, stuff when it generates the image. So finally got your permits. But anyway, yeah, so fun times ahead for the art community. um I just don't see how you wouldn't use it. I'm not gonna lie. Like everybody could be, everybody could sit there on Twitter and talk about how they're against it, but you know, at least a lot of them are gonna be using it. You know, they will utilize AI generators, and they're just gonna keep it on the down low, and they're gonna use it, and they're gonna do overpaints on it or draw on top of it, and they're gonna edit it to a point where they believe that people online are not gonna be able to call them out on it, and they're just it's gonna be a shit show, man. It's gonna be a shit show. Yeah. So all I'm saying is it's gonna raise my stock. Is all I'm saying. So this is my theory. This is my theory on it. Okay, is um people are gonna use the AI generators to make the base for their art, and then they're gonna, like we said, paint over it, draw over it, but they'll use it as a base, and they'll produce a shit ton of artwork, and it's gonna create some distrust where people are gonna be like, is this AI or not? Which will raise the stock of full traditional artists, in my just like things I've been thinking about. That's what I think might happen, and I would really hope that it does, for my sake. You know, the digital artists, if you're selling to a normal ass crowd who doesn't understand anything about what's going on with AI, you're all going to benefit from that too. So there you go. Oh yeah. Ugh. Yawnsies. Yeah, that's why when people talk about non-artists who abuse AI generators, um, hold on, let me get this line down real quick. Um, I don't worry about what they're doing. I'm more talking about, and we talked about this before, where I was like when AI was really blowing up, and at my first, do you guys remember what I first said? I was just like, the way this is being used, I'm not worried about the non-artists. What you should be afraid of is the artist. There's the artist using it. They're talking about, look, you got these people without skills who are going to generate these images and try and sell them. I'm like, that's not what you need to be worried about. You need to be worried about people who are okay at art but not great. Yo, this is going to take their artwork to a how another level. Like it's going to take their artwork from like if they're like at a 4, it's going to take them to like an 8. You know what I mean? So character looks tough. Oh, awesome. Thanks, Moon. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not. I. What if you're an 8? Oh, then it would take you to what used to be a 10, and then it's gonna crank it up. So basically, it's gonna raise the bottom line of art quality. I don't know if you guys have really. I don't know who was around looking at artwork, but like back when I started drawing in 2012, the overall quality of artwork has gone up since then. Like what used to be really good back in the day is almost just like the standard of what people can produce now. And that comes from like years of understanding how to use digital art, the now overabundance of like information that you can get in like YouTube videos and like Gumroad tutorials and stuff. So with this is just going to take it to the next level where it's just like when this becomes, face it, everyone's going to use it. So in like another 5 years, it's not even going to be 5 years, but let's just say 5 years from now, we're going to look back to this conversation we had and we're going to be like, yeah, that stuff right there, that used to be what we thought was good. Now everyone does that. And there will still always be pockets of people who are exceptional, but like the standard is going to go up again. Escalation is the word there. Yeah, it can be beneficial. It's not quite there. Yeah. I mean, like, even where it's at right now, it's incredibly beneficial. Like, we were just before you hopped in, we were talking about how it speeds up production. Like, if you know, even if you're working like say comics or whatever, but like if you're making art prints for like a convention, you can generate a full composition. Even the color palette that a lot of these AI generators make are really appealing. So you can just get all that shit out of the way real fucking quick, and then just do a paint over or a draw over, and then there's a wrap. There's a wrap. You could produce a new drawing, a full new drawing, literally every day like that. Yeah, AI it is photo bashing. Yeah, that's why I don't use the term AI art. I'm very specific. I say AI generators because it's not. I don't consider it art. It is theft because it's using pre-existed images. Um, that's what we were talking about. Yume or Ross draws. That's the difference between what they do. Is that's their stuff that they're painting over. That's their stuff that they're using, and that's their stuff that they're modifying. AI generators is taking shit from other people. So that's the one thing where it's a little iffy. But basically because you can't prove anything once you do a paint over on it, then it's like it's whatever. Anyway, that's it. That's like the extent of my care for AI generators. Is it's just going to raise the bar. Everyone's going to use it. It's going to get hella good later, and then the people who are going to be exceptional will find a way to stand out. It's happened throughout all of human history, where this will kind of level the playing field for a few years. It's what we refer to in Yu-Gi-Oh as the power creep, where it's just like, you know, when Yu-Gi-Oh first came out, monsters with 1800 attack were like unstoppable, and then all of a sudden this one monster with 1850 attack came out, and it was just like, well, if you don't have that, you're fucked. You know what I mean? Like it's the power creep. That's what it is. And I think people are just kind of like freaked out about it, but that's what it is, man. It's just change, yeah. I mean, you could argue that it's not smart enough yet, and yeah, it will do some crazy stuff later, but even it in its current state is already good enough to speed up production of pretty much whatever it is that you want to do. Yeah, even in its current form right now, it's already, it could already, you could use it right now and like speed up production of everything that you do. Yeah. I mean, it's it's whatever, man. Actually, in the Discord, Amar put up some good. I haven't watched them yet, but Amar put up some good videos about AI. I think Jazza was talking about it, and then like a couple of other YouTubers were talking about it. And basically, in short, just listen to what I have to say, which is use it if you want to. Everyone else is gonna fucking go ahead. You got to make your money, right? So. I actually got yelled at, virtually yelled at, for leaving some positive comments on a piece of AI generated images that were posted online, because I couldn't tell that it was AI. I just couldn't tell. But I guess other people have the AI eyeball, and they must have done some kind of paint over or whatever. Anyway, somebody was like, oh, I can't believe you support this shit. You know, I'm a big fan of yours, whatever. I can't believe you're here talking. I was just like, dude, I'm just browsing pictures. I'm just browsing pretty pictures and leaving comments. Like, not everything is some kind of social statement. Like, calm the fuck down. So I haven't quite finalized what I want to do with the bottom section with the design. So as I think about that, we'll go ahead and color in the top portion. I got my Copics right here ready to go. I'm actually gonna, since I have the audio turned off for you guys, the background audio, I'm actually gonna listen. Oh, our face is lopsided. Good thing we have Photoshop to fix that. A dude submitted an AI generated painting to a classical art contest and won. I think I heard about that. You guys know how I feel about the whole argument of art is subjective. You could you could call anything subjective though. Like, you know, like, but yeah, you know, it's like, you know, you talk about like, let's talk about figure skating, for example. You know, if you do a triple axel and land it, that should be considered better than trying to hit a triple axel and falling at the end, right? Because one takes practice and skill, and the other one just has you falling down, right? And they should not be held in, you know, the same regard. That, I mean, just think about that. Like if you throw a ball, trying to shoot a ball to the basket, you make it, and somebody else throws it, nothing but air, you know, that's not the same thing. So I I don't know why like people are so, I don't know, artists or whatever. Anyway, Amar put up some videos. I'm gonna go listen to one while we draw. Should we play it in the background? This is Ergo Josh. We'll have it playing in the background, all right?
Welcome to AI Art Studios, where not even your own imagination can limit our creativity.
I don't know if it's a parody or if it's an actual talk.
Our hands, not yours anymore. So sit back, relax, and let your fingers do
Okay.
the talking while we do the designing.
Audio okay?
It's time to get into this hot topic, AI art. Let's go over quickly what the whole video will be about, because it's going to be a little bit of a long one. We're going to talk about the current state of AI art, the issues that most people have with AI art. The
Weird echo.
AI technology, I think, is going to be here soon and probably will be very helpful. The two biggest issues.
Oh, I know why. It's because my microphone's picking it up.
And then my prediction on the future.
Here, hold on. I'll put my headset on then. It's because my microphone is picking up my my speakers.
Industry.
How about that?
For the next 20, 50, and even 100 years.
A little bit better?
All the things that I see out right now that back a lot of this stuff up. It's going to be really interesting. I know a lot of you might not even know what AI art is, and you've been waiting for old Josh to tell you. So what is AI art? AI stands for artificial intelligence, and it's exactly what it sounds like. And it's like a command line entry where you ask it to generate an image based off of a few sentences, usually very short, just a few phrases. And in a matter of seconds, you have a few options that are generated for you in a low resolution. Three of the most well-known AI programs that generate images like this are DALL-E 2, Midjourney, and Disco Diffusion. In this video, you're watching me use Midjourney AI to generate all of the images I use to serve as the base for my illustration. An incredibly rough summary of how they actually work is that they generate noise at first and use the thousands upon thousands of images that they have been fed to learn to generate an image slowly and iteratively based off of the prompt that you have provided for them. Currently, all of these different AIs are very moderated and very censored. Certain words will even get you just straight up banned from being able to use the AI, and everything that you make is public for the whole world to see unless you pay a certain amount.
What's up?
With Midjourney at least. But even then,
We're listening to a podcast about AI.
Working with the AI itself can still have full access to everything that you're doing. It's also currently unable to recreate a likeness, for example, because you know how bad that can get with how deep fakes have been starting to cause problems already. They usually run off of GPU and CPU power in a cloud engine somewhere, and the space is limited. So at certain times, certain peak times, you're going to find that it's going to be really hard to use. And depending on which one you use, Disco Diffusion, for example, it's kind of a lottery-based system on which of the faster GPUs you can have access to. So let's talk about the current state of AI in art. First, what AI is pretty good at right now. So if you go into it with zero expectation, it's pretty decent for idea generation. I also really like it for generating colors and values. It's really good at doing that and can actually have some sense of aesthetic if you generate enough iterations, and you can find some really appealing images. It also seems to excel really well with certain genres like exterior scenes with really wide angle shots and landscapes. It's also, especially with Midjourney's recent update, tends to be pretty good with portraits where you zoom in and it's like from the neck up. Unfortunately, there's a lot more things that AI art is pretty bad at right now. And so the most obvious thing is fully replicating any human beings or any more detailed anatomy parts. So a lot of times the eyes will be skewed, just like how we have trouble drawing eyes. The hands and feet are almost always terrible and not even defined well, just like us. So At this point already, you shouldn't be that concerned with AI art because it's still struggling, just like how many of the most experienced artists struggle with these body parts. It also tends to really struggle to create any dynamic perspectives, angles, or views. It can sometimes do pretty interesting ones, but only if it feels like it. If you try to specify an interesting angle from above or below, it almost always will disappoint you no matter how many times you try. Trust me, that's what I like to do, and I was very frustrated with that in the beginning. Also, I believe this is part of its censorship protocol. It's very difficult to get it to recognize specific rooms and interiors. If you ask it to do a bathroom or a living room, it's going to suddenly become very blurry and low detailed. As a matter of fact, if you just tell it to do a home and you keep generating different iterations, eventually it might come up with something similar to a bathroom, or if you type in a bathhouse, and it will be really nicely detailed. But if you specify, it completely kind of like blanks and gets nervous. It also notoriously has this element to it where it looks cool from far away, but if you try to render a high res version of any of the images you get and you zoom in, nothing is recognizable. You can't exactly say what something is. A lot of times this happens with food for me, where I tried to render food to put in this painting and I would look at it and I wouldn't be able to figure
Oh,
out
why
what
do
the
most
food
artists have their
This is
mouth
also
open
based
while
on
making art? I don't know, but they're just focused. They're like,
different types of foods you can make, but it was really challenging. And this pretty much happens with everything. There are
a lot
so
of people have their mouth
challenging
open when they're
different
playing video games or
this
watching
significant
TV, I
event,
guess.
kind of outdoorsy event, and it really had a nice vibe and felt really cool.
You know, you're just zoned in or zoned out,
As a
you know?
thumbnail, but when you zoom in, it's really weird. You can't really exactly pinpoint what's going on. One thing that it also has absolutely a very difficult time doing is repeating.
Does it help with balance?
Really possible. If you get a result and you like it,
You know,
you
like
can't really
like
get the
you're
same
walking.
exact result ever again, or modify that same exact result without referring to it as an image, but it's still not going to give you more of that same thing. It's just going to kind of imagine based off of that as if it's a prompt. You can't really add to or say put this in this image, or move this over here. You can't really specify anything to that detail when it comes to editing something pre-existing. This is especially challenging because each one of these algorithms run off of something like a seed, and if you play Minecraft, you'll know what I mean, where there's a world generated, an entire world that's continuously generated from a string of numbers, and that's kind of similar to how it works with AI. But even with the same seed, it's very difficult or near impossible to get the same thing, the same results, especially since the AI algorithms are still being constantly updated as we speak. The last thing that AI can't really do right now is to come up with a breadth of content under one singular style. That's something that I find is very complex and very human to be able to do. If you refer to it to say, hey, make this in the style of another artist, it will do a great job if an artist has drawn that thing or painted that thing several times. But if they've never worked on it, the results can be very, very surprising and not what you would expect. Now, there's a lot of issues with AI art in society right now, but I find that two are really, really the most notable and the ones that people are the most concerned about. And the first one is the flood of low effort artworks right now. There are a lot of pieces being put out online as like, oh, look at this piece I did with the Midjourney AI or the Dolly AI or Disco Diffusion, and people are getting accolades for it, and people are very frustrated about that because artists are able to see that this is like 90% AI and you just did a little bit of tweaks here and there. A lot of artists, even well-known artists, when they try to use these programs, it still looks like this quote-unquote AI art, right? It has a look to it. It's really difficult to actually create something that looks like the actual artist's work that's recognizable, which was my intention with this painting. And even then, I found myself kind of led to do something that I normally wouldn't have wanted to do right now where I'm at with my art career, but I'm still very proud of the result. One could even say it's potentially ruining the artist reputation across the world, where people already thought that we weren't doing very much and it's an easy job, especially with digital art now. A lot of people still think that it's actually kind of a meme where you just press a button and your artwork gets done, right? But now this kind of is what's happening, even though it can't create what
That's
a lot
funny.
of people can create on their own quite yet. Now, the second biggest issue I see with AI art is the copyright ethics issue. This is the one I think is more of a concern for a lot of people, because it's generating all this content from images that exist that have been posted online, and we don't know the entire library of images that the AI is using. We know they're curated, but we don't know where they're getting the images from. And the fact that you can specify other artists' art styles for it to emulate to quite a high success rate. If you look at Ross Strauss's recent video where he used himself, is a popular topic for a lot of artists to use to say in the style of Ross Strauss. It's quite a successful way to get really interesting stylized results out of Midjourney AI. So there are actually artists now wondering, can I blacklist my own art style from this? Because I don't know if I feel comfortable with other artists running around with my art style, generating stuff and putting it out there, making me feel less valuable, less unique, and potentially doing things I don't want to be done with my art style. But then there's the question of, can you copyright an art style? Is that really yours? How do you define one when they're always changing? How do you define something that's so ethereal like that? It's quite an interesting topic for debate here. And if you want to get into fair use, well, something that a lot of people don't realize is that it's a very Western American thing. I don't even know if it's exactly a law, but in countries like Japan, for example, it completely doesn't exist. You can't use fair use as an excuse or reasoning to be able to claim something as your own. It can just get completely stricken down, which happens a lot on YouTube sometimes with any Japanese video games that people try to play or stream. A lot of times, the definition of transformative content is very subjective. How do you know what is exactly transformative, right? It's still up in the air for a lot of people, and there aren't that many cases that have gone through for this topic to really give everyone a good foundation for where the line is. It's still pretty gray. There's actually a case brewing right now where an artist had painted something that a photographer took a photo of herself, and an artist painted heavily referenced from her photo and got an award for it. However, in the case of AI, that type of almost one-to-one copy has never been done, really. I haven't seen anything that heavily referenced from the AI. So if that case is a debate, then how can you really feel comfortable about taking something that's
I'm just gonna say this right now as we listen to this. This sounds like
your own IP or even a threat to your own income.
yeah, this sounds like something that there's no fix, there's no cure. There's like it's out there, and we can't get rid of it, and it's just I almost don't see a point. Hold on. I'm gonna pause it real quick. I almost don't even see the point in trying to discuss it, because I mean it's I think I posted something on the Discord where I was just like, I don't know if I'm just being irresponsible because I just don't really care about this, because I mean it's just the next step in like the evolution of like life, and we can't stop it. It's not going anywhere. It's just going to be more prevalent, and it is what it is, and just create, do your thing, and you know, it is what it is. Honestly, that's where I'm at with it. Like honestly, that's as far as my brain goes with it. And yo, I created a tangent right here with my mic and my vape right here. There you go. That's better. Yeah, like we were talking about earlier, ups the bar for quality. Is this in focus, by the way? Can you guys see this? Anyway, yeah, I'm in a place where I'm just like, yeah, look, this sucks for a lot of people, but nothing we do is going to change it. So, I mean, whatever. I'm a little crass about it, but I am just kind of like, oh, whatever. Like, I don't even want to finish listening to this because I'm just like, oh, whatever. You can't. You know, it's like discussing if water's wet. You know. But you can't say that out loud, because then people are gonna say, oh, so you support it. I'm like, no. I don't play golf. That doesn't make me an anti-golfer. That just means I don't play golf. It's just there. You know, I just don't think about it. You know, you know what I'm talking about? So, um, I don't know. I don't need a. As an artist, you're gonna get flack just being an artist in general. It doesn't matter what kind of artist, right? Yeah, but well, you know, it's just like we had a whole discussion about this earlier, where I was just like, ultimately, it's just, it's gonna be a tool that everyone's gonna use, and you know, it's gonna raise the bar, and if you want to stand out, you just have to figure out a way to stand out, and like I said, I think it will. In my deep theory, is it's gonna raise the stock of traditional artists. So like if you are a good traditional artist, your stock as an artist is gonna go up. Um, Even if just slightly. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, it is what it is. I don't really, just to clarify, I don't really feel that strongly either way about it. That's just my general opinion on it. He does what I see is three areas not affected by AI: live performance, design, and storytelling. Yep. That's what I mean, where it's just kind of like it's just a tool, you know? And some people, you can give somebody like you can give somebody a 30-inch Cintiq, you know, Photoshop, Clip Studio Paint, give them free access to unlimited tutorials, and you know, they're they would probably still not get good. So like as this tool develops, it's just a tool. It doesn't matter. Like it's just another tool. It doesn't matter. It's whatever. It's just whatever. Now, I mean, even if it did matter, you can't do anything about it. So it's like I don't know. I just don't care. Like it's fucking whatever. Yeah. Also, yeah, like you said, the live performance stuff. It was like traditional art in general is already like people just love it, right? But I mean that live performance stuff, being able to draw in front of people, even if it's whether it's in person or here on Twitch or on YouTube, if you're streaming on YouTube, um, you know that people will start valuing that stuff more, and it's just anyway. That's why I'm stuttering right now because I just have no opinions about it because I just don't give a shit. But more power to people who are going to be able to use it to speed up production. I mean, like, just for example, just this past week, I haven't been able to draw a lot because you know I got stuff going on. Like I have like family stuff going on, and it's just like this is still a job, and for people who have deadlines to meet, this can help them meet those deadlines. What's wrong with that? In the same way, how a free the just Control T, the free transform helps you do stuff. You know, look, if you're using digital tools, you're either all in or you're not. Like, I guess, like, should we say that? Is that how we chalk it up? It's like, look, it's like, look, you're already drinking the alcohol and smoking the weed. You may as well hit these lines right here. What's the big deal? You're already doing it. You know what? You know what I'm saying? Like, like you already got three bodies, man. You already a serial killer. Just go in, man. Just go in. Jeffrey Dahmer style. Like why not? Why not? That's what I'm saying. You only have so much time in the world, and to elaborate on that, um, not just like I only have so much time during the week. I mean, we only have so much time alive. If this helps you get closer to that one masterpiece that everyone has the potential of making, which I have not made yet, I'm still searching for it. If this kind of speeds up the process to helping you find that one piece of yours that will really, really like, you're like, wow, you know, like when a musician brings out like that one banger, right? And they're just like, holy shit. He's like, oh, I found it, you know. Um, fucking that's good, isn't it? You know, so anyway. Can we agree that like um if you continue to push your skill and you are still you can outwork a lot of people, you have a good work ethic and you are creative and like what Soul said about, you know, design and storytelling and emotion and feeling, if you're good at getting that stuff down in your work, then nothing will stop you. No fucking AI is going to stop you. So who gives a shit? If somebody clips this conversation and puts it on Twitter, I will probably borderline get canceled by other artists. The art community is a funny thing. The art community is a funny group. This thing is going to be so detrimental to artists, and I support other artists. You know, this is going to be bad. This is going to be bad, and I'm looking out for the art community. And then an artist says something that they don't like. Fucking cancel them. Make sure they never get work again. Am I? Or you know what I'm talking about? Fucking don't commission this person ever. They're fucking like, they said they don't care about AI art. That means they don't care about artists, which they're probably racist too. Let's go and see some tweets he did when he was like 12 years old. I guarantee we'll find some racist shit there. Like that's what they do. Did you leave a like on this painting from this person who follows somebody who I don't like? So there's this oh, what the hell happened? Oh, it's bleeding. Oh, this ink is bleeding. Um there's this pianist that I like. She's very very good. Like um hold on. She's very very skilled piano player and she just so happens to follow some people that don't people, you know, um pianists. Yeah. So she happens to follow some people that, you know, aren't very popular amongst people, and because of that they say she shouldn't be getting work, and I'm just like, you must be outside your fucking mind. Like that's crazy. That's that weird internet shit. That's that Twitter shit. Anyway, I implore you guys to clip and share everything that I'm saying just to prove a point. Who's this guy I've never heard of before saying shit that I don't like? Fuck him. Oh, it's 1 o'clock here. How long do I plan to stay up? Well, I'm going to stay up all night. I don't plan to go to sleep tonight. I might end the stream soon because I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of distracting me. You guys know how that is. I could always work faster when I'm kind of on my own, and I am moving a lot slower than I want to right now. But I thought we'd be able to get it done on stream. But I have some designs for the lower body, especially like the leg area. I kind of want to redesign that part before I ink it. There's a really Han Solo thing going on right now, doesn't she? But Han Solo's cool. That's cool. I'll take it. But yeah. Alright. So we'll just go ahead and we're gonna go raid my buddy Grim. I need to finish this because I have to deliver this tomorrow. So yeah, I'm not gonna go to sleep tonight. I'm just gonna stay up and finish this, and so I will have the redesign of this done. I'm gonna color it in with Copics, and then I'm gonna take it in digitally to clean it up. I'm gonna cheat and take it in digitally and fucking cheat. Not like a real artist. No, but thank you guys for hanging out. I actually feel a lot better. I was actually in a pretty low mood when we got started. But I am feeling better. Anyway, thank you guys for hanging out. We'll let the raid do its thing. I invite everybody to join the Discord. And if you're interested in seeing my YouTube series, the new episode, which follows me at TwitchCon, has been out for a few weeks, but it's going to be a while before I bring out a new episode. So there's that one. If you want to support the YouTube channel, I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you for hanging out with me tonight. We'll let the raid shoot off in about 30 seconds. So it's fun to draw my original character. It's been a while since I've drawn her. So I'm looking forward to this. The raid's going to launch in 5 seconds. So thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. All right.